Namaste, everyone, and welcome to Anchor to Light for Monday. Before we start, let's ask for a blessing, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, to all the Holy Masters, Saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Tuakok Sui, Mahagu Jimeling, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for your compassionate, purifying light, and soothing, healing energy. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, so here we are, another week, and I was doing some short meditation today, and something very interesting came up, and I was reading it. Confucius said, it sounds like Confucius said, all right, to be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. Ancient Chinese proverb. That's what I love about it. It's like, you don't have to read a whole paragraph. You don't have to read a whole novel. It just tells you something short, hit you in the head, remember it. So to be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. It sounds so obvious, but not so obvious. I don't know how many times you've heard me say this already. One of the biggest lessons my teacher taught me is learning to let things pass, okay? Learning to let things pass. A lot of times we get fixated on, let's say somebody didn't smile at you, somebody didn't do anything, and you go crazy, and it just ruins your entire day. Or let's say somebody did say something nasty to you, or hopefully didn't hurt you, but let's just say they emotionally hurt you. It's a very broad term. But the key is, are you going to hold on to it, or are you going to keep letting it make you miserable? There are many of these spiritual teachings that are in different traditions. Another one that I always like to share, which was taught to me by my teachers, another Zen story. There's several versions. So in ancient China, monks are not allowed to touch women. As in, you cannot hold their hand. It's supposed to be very, very separate. And the story goes something like this. You have this old monk with his disciple, and they're going to be crossing the river. And about to cross the river, there's this woman on the river banks who, I guess, for whatever reason, is afraid of water, cannot swim, or whatever reason is. So the old monk says, "Oh, you need help?" The woman said, "Yeah, whatever. Can't cross the river." So, "Okay, I'll carry you." So got in the old monk's back, crossed the river with his disciple, and the woman on top behind him. And they crossed the other side, drop off the woman. "Okay, sayonara, bye." No, wrong wrong culture. Not sayonara. Anyway, bye. So done, right? Several hours later, the two are walking. And the disciple looked at the old monk and said, "You're not supposed to be, you should not have carried that woman. You're not supposed to do that." The monk looked at the disciple and goes, "Oh, I dropped her off several hours ago. You're still carrying her." How many of us are still carrying the people who have hurt us? "Yeah, but you don't understand. 5 years ago, they did this to me." "Oh, you don't understand. 20 lifetimes ago, they did this to me." "Oh, yeah, who's miserable? You are." And so my teacher is saying, simple mantra, let the matter pass. I'll share the story again. There's this student of his, we're supposed to have a meeting with him. And when Grandmaster Tuakok Sui is in the United States, it's a short amount of time. He goes from here to the next country to the next country. So his time here in teaching and having meetings are very limited. So I remember the meeting was set for a certain time, and I was sitting in the hotel with him. I go, "Hey, when is this guy going to show up?" And we waited. For him to wait for half an hour, that's a huge deal. We waited for 2 hours. Of course, lucky me, I get to learn more. Anyway. So finally he said, okay, I don't think he's showing up. Let's go eat or whatever it was. And then next day we found out that this guy was in Disneyland having a fun time of his life, didn't even message, didn't call, didn't whatever. He just, I don't know, forgot about it or lack of, awareness, and didn't even apologize. Okay? So I remember I was talking to Master Cho, but Master, that's really bad. Huh? This guy can't believe he was, he did this. He doesn't, how busy you are, and keep going and on and on. He looked at me, he goes, let the matter pass. And he walks away. I'm going, "But Master, you don't realize it." I was like that disciple who still was carrying the idea of that woman being carried by the monk. Get the idea? The teacher already said, anyway, let the matter pass. I'm sure there's a reasonable, there's whatever reason there was. And even if there isn't, everybody makes mistakes, let the matter pass. That's why I remember many of the students when they're with the teacher, every time they're with Master Cho, you look at them, they go, what's going on? I don't know. Every time I'm just with him, it's just so quiet. He doesn't have to say anything. I don't have to say anything. Just being in his presence, I just feel very. You go, what's that mean? It has to do with the thought forms that we have. So your aura is like a cocoon, like a bubble, which is populated by the thoughts and emotions that we have. So if a person has a tendency to hold on to stuff, every little thing, oh, that person didn't like me, oh, that person loves me, the whole aura is filled with so many thought forms, there's no inner peace. So when somebody comes to you and they're in your presence, without saying a single word, it also stirs them up. Think about it. You notice there's some people just being with them, you just look at them, you go, not a single word have to be said. You just feel like peaceful. That's most likely this person's either doing spiritual practice or they regulate the thoughts and the emotions they create. Some people, they can't shut up. They don't say anything. Their mouth doesn't say anything, but their mind is constantly. So when you're with them, it's like, I don't know, when I'm this person, it stresses me out, even without a single word being said. That's because their aura is filled with worry, criticism, as in like, just imagine the entire aura, like clouds moving all over the place. Because they don't know how to let things pass. Now, I'm not saying that if something is important, you just forget about it. It's how it affects you. Let me clarify. So, to go back with what the Lord Buddha taught, the Four Noble Truths. There is suffering in life. What are the causes of suffering? This suffering can end, and how to end it. Like suffering is the ailment or the sickness. Just like you go to a doctor, they'll try to figure out what caused the ailment that caused the suffering. This ailment can be cured, that suffering can be cured, and last one, what's the medicine, which is the Eightfold Path. Now, I remember my teacher was going through in detail, he said, look, Noble Truth number 3, this ailment or this suffering can be ended or can cease. But what people don't think about is how long before it ends. And I was sitting there listening to him go, and he explained. He said, no, it's something like this. It's very, very simple. How long the suffering continues is a choice of the soul. If you forgive, let go, kick it out of your mind, whatever, then the suffering ends. But if you continue to dwell on it and keep putting attention to it, that's called negative, repetitive thought. So, you suffer. Period. Simple as that. And so I remember when I was at one of Tony Robbins' events, he said, and you've heard this from other teachers also, pain happens, but suffering is a choice. Because pain is, let's say somebody poked you, okay? It happens, you cannot always control what people say and feel and project at you, but the way you interpret it, how you focus on it, listen to this, where and how you focus on it, and the meaning you give it determines if you suffer or not. Yeah, but you understand, my husband said this thing to me, or my wife said this to me. Okay. Keep dwelling on it, swim in it, and suffer. Somebody go, you're not very nice. Go, it is what it is. You can't live with it? Well, go suffer. Sometimes students are like sitting here and going, but you don't understand. I go, yeah, I understand. Are you trying to convince me or convince yourself you want to keep suffering? If you want to keep suffering, go find another teacher. What's the point? Right? So the idea here is you are the soul, you are the spiritual self, you get to decide how long you're going to focus on this and what you're going to do about it. And that ability to focus, to think or feel whatever you want to do, is basically the soul deciding where its will is going to focus, what emotions it's going to create, what thoughts it is going to create in dealing with this. So if you say, yeah, but I can't get it out of my mind. Okay, go suffer. But if you say, enough is enough. This person has hurt me. Why should I let this suffering continue when he already hurt me or she already hurt me? I have two choices. Keep suffering or move on with life. That's basically the choice. That's it. And lucky for us, most people, 99.9% of the people, can only focus on one thing at a time. True? That's why when you're studying, you're doing something, although you can so-called multitask, you're not really multitasking. You're just shifting your attention from here to here. That's why we highly recommend you get the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller and something Papa-san. I remember Papa-san because it sounds Japanese, but he's not Japanese. Anyway, The One Thing. And one thing, what it says in the book is, although people think they're multitasking, they're not multitasking. Even if you have somebody who's juggling, they're not really juggling. It's not like at the same time. It's still sequential. It's just moving very quickly. So your mind is like that. You focus on one thing and the other thing. In order to focus on, let's say, being angry, you have to stay there. Then you think, oh yeah, I love to spend some time with someone I love. Even for that fleeting moment, you're not juggling two things. You're going from here to here. So I highly recommend. Next week, I'll be in Florida with Tony Robbins. He's having the Unleash the Power Within virtual. So you don't have an excuse, I can't fly to wherever. It's virtual. And the price is even lower than normal. It's almost half. And one thing he's teaching there is at any given moment, you have the choice what to focus on. And once you decide what you want to focus on, the next part is what meaning you're going to give it. That's where people screw up. First of all, they allow other people to make them focus on what they want. As a person keeps complaining, telling this stuff, what happens? They're sucking you into their drama. So if you cannot shift your focus, you're sitting there, before you know it, you're swimming in their crap. And then what happens? They give you their meaning. So before you know it, you're being tortured psychologically. Sounds familiar? But if you say, when they get started, you go, okay, And then when they're done, what do? You put your focus on what you want. You use your will. Okay, I'm going to focus on this. And then whatever you focus on, you give it the meaning you want. See, what people don't realize, when you're focusing and giving meaning, you're engaging the three aspects of the soul. Another word for focus is will. So when I'm focusing on studying, essentially I'm using my will. The will is like the pointer. I'm pointing to this. Now that I'm pointing to this, the meaning I give it is a combination of mental body and astral body. Make sense? When I focus on something, then my will is directed to here. Then my mental faculty will create certain thoughts. My emotional faculty will create certain emotions. You put it together, that's the meaning I put on whatever that item is or that situation is. That's it. Very simple. I didn't say easy, but simple. So let's go back to what Confucius said. He said, being wronged, let's just go back to it. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. Okay, I'll be very direct with you. Some people like to be victim. Their mindset is always, but this and that and this and that. Waiting for people's attention. I know some of you are like, oh, now you're really hurting my feelings. That's a good thing about virtual. I don't have to see you. You just listen. Okay? But sometimes, just by listening, since nobody's paying attention to you, you get to have some realization. It's just like a child. If they fall, they trip, they fall. First thing they do is they look. If they see mom, they see dad, they go, Wah! If there's nobody around, well, they get up. So some of you, since nobody's kind of giving you some babysitting, you go, all right, I guess I'll just get up and move on. Your choice. Your choice. To be wronged is nothing. He's not saying it doesn't mean anything. His point is you have to read it in context. When somebody hurt you, you continue to suffer if you choose to. Or you choose to take that and turn it around. That's that. The lesson is quite simple, actually. I think I over-explained it. Most of you get it. But just to remind you, translation that in modern English is, let the matter pass. Just let the matter pass. Move on. Otherwise, you know what happens? You hold on to one, you're carrying it. Then you're carrying it. You're carrying something else. Before you know it, you feel like the weight of the world on you, and you choose to keep piling it on. Now, here's the best news. I always like to end it with good news. The good news is, even if the aura is already filled with crap, because you didn't know how to let it go for the longest time, number one, if you choose to let it go, there's a way to make it easier for you to let go. Okay? That way to let go is to first clear out all the clouds in your aura and your chakras. And the shortcut of that is doing a meditation. Because when you meditate, of course, there are many types of meditation. Let me just clarify. You see, unfortunately, people don't realize meditation is first a science. Just like pranic healing, just like everything I was taught by my teacher, everything is first a science before it's an art. Because if you start with letting it be an art, you're screwed. You go, what the heck? Because if it's an art, you're expressing yourself. Oh, yeah, I want to express myself. Here's the problem. If the aura is filled with a lot of emotional pain, and you say, okay, I'll just go with what feels right, what happens is, as soon as you open yourself up to, I want to experience it, well, it's just like jumping into a muddy river and you open your mouth. Mud goes in. You have to make sure first the river is clean. Make sense? So if a person just says, oh, I want to feel and experience it, well, if your aura is filled with all the pain from the past and you didn't clean it out and you go, I want to experience it because I want to express myself, like art, then what comes out, what they say in computer language, GIGO, GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. But if you understand the science, you go, okay, yeah, based on past experience, yeah, there were a lot of heartbreaks, pain, so on, so on, so on. So, yeah, most likely my aura is filled with not so pleasant stuff. Let me just hose it down and clean everything out first, and then experience energy, experience life. Make sense? So you first understand the science. There are certain sequences or syntax of what you need to do, and then from there, then you let go. Haven't you noticed after meditation, most of you like, wow, that's the first time I experienced no thoughts, no feelings. Yeah, exactly, because you're not the body, you're not your emotions, you're not your thoughts. You clean everything down, and then you decide what thoughts you want to create, what emotions you want to create. Then you decide what you want to populate your aura with. That's it. It's crazy simple. You don't have to go live in the Himalayas. You don't have to go somewhere far away. You can do it right there. So no more excuse like, I don't know where to go. You do it right there. And you know what? The best part of it? It's free. It's free. Crazy free. What else is your excuse? Oh, I know one. Laziness. Laziness. So the first thing you need to do is focus. Focus is a manifestation of decision. Decide that you want to stop suffering. It's just like somebody came back with a big old head. Okay, I don't want to suffer anymore. All right, good. Now that you woke up, you've been asleep all this time, swimming in the pain. Somebody wakes you up. Okay, I don't want to do that anymore. Okay, move on. What's next? Let's clean everything out. How do you clean it out? Oh, that meditation thing. Yeah? Yeah, but I want to sit there for 2 hours and all. Do you realize when we're doing this for the last how many years? The lecture is longer than the meditation, and yet most of you come out like, okay, that's that. So, shall we? I think you get the idea. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, to my teacher, Master Tokok Sui Mahagu Jumailing, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for your compassionate, purifying light. Purifying light. Clean everything out. And compassionate, purifying light, soothing, healing energy. Thank you for your blessings. In full faith. So be it. Again, to my teacher, thank you. All right, ready? We'll do a short meditation, Twin Hearts. Now, first, you form the intention that you want to allow yourself to be a channel to bless Mother Earth. So when you do that, as the energy passes through you, magic work is through, as the magic word is through, as the energy is passing through you, that's where the cleansing is happening. Okay? And then from there, we just go through it. It's not going to be a long one. But remember, until you decide to let things go, there's a tendency for the soul to recreate it. That's that. Shall we? Take your left hand, tap your heart center. Take your right hand, tap your crown. Put your hand like this. Actually, put your hand like this first. Let's affirm oneness. Put your attention in your crown. Repeat after me. I am that I am. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotion, not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I'm one with God. I'm one with all. There is only oneness. We are one. We are one. Now just imagine all of us are inside the big bright sun, looking out into the solar system. Just say we are one. We're one with God. We're one with all. There's only oneness. Now open your hands in blessing. Visualize the earth in front of you. Just say our hearts are one. Now imagine beautiful pink light from our hearts flowing through our hands and filling the entire earth. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, let me sow unconditional love. May my soul be filled with peace and with love. And let me share it with every person, every being on earth now. So be it. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. Visualize the country of Ukraine. Bless all the people with hope and with faith that this war will end. There will be peace and divine order and divine protection. So be it. With God, all is possible. So be it. Bless the Ukrainian people with peace, with love, with hope and with faith and divine protection. So be it. Where there's darkness, let me sow light, sadness, joy. Just say our hearts are one, and in this oneness, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and joy. So be it. Be still. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. And stay there. Just say, our souls are one, our spirits are one. There's only oneness. Now be aware of your crown in your hands. Project beautiful golden light to the earth, starting with your home. Your relatives, your friends, fill them with golden light. The people you work with, fill them with golden light. Let that golden light spread throughout the city, the state, the country. Let it spread throughout the entire earth. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire body, my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and kindness. Let all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. May all be blessed, so be it. Blessings be to all. Just continue filling the earth with golden light. Continue filling the earth with golden light. Now, be aware of your heart and your crown at the same time. Take a deep breath. Exhale and fill the earth with even brighter golden light. We are one. Our hearts are one, our souls are one, our spirits are one. There's only oneness. From the center of the heart of God, to our spirit and to our soul, to our entire being, may every person, every being on earth, in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, let all beings in every dimension, every direction, above and below, be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace and inner healing. Let all the people in Ukraine be blessed with divine light, divine healing, divine protection, divine comfort. May all those who are hurt be comforted and healed, so be it. Just fill the entire country of Ukraine with golden light, so be it. Be still and let the energy flow. From the center of the heart of God, may all be blessed with understanding, with harmony, with goodwill, and the willingness to do good. So be it. So be it, and so it is. May all be blessed. Now, gently lower your hands. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Be still. Now, imagine a golden light on top of your head. Just a beautiful golden sun, golden star just floating above your head. With your inner eye, just look at it. The image doesn't have to be clear. It's there. Be still. Look at that golden light. Be aware of the love within your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to the crown and into that golden light. And stay there. Just look at the golden light. Om. Om. Allow your awareness to just drift deeper and deeper into that golden light. Om. Be still. Be aware of the golden light. Be aware of the inner stillness, the inner peace, and just simply let go and let things be. Now, just let go. Allow yourself to just drift deeper and deeper into the golden light, into that ocean of light and ocean of love. Just be still will raise your frequency even higher. Let go. Gently, very slowly, come back to your body. Gently move your fingers, move your toes. Gently and slowly come back. Raise your hands in blessing. We'll release the excess energy that our bodies cannot absorb. Again, visualize the region of Ukraine, Russia, Belarus, Poland, the entire region. Fill the entire air with golden light. Bless all the people. Every person, every being in Ukraine, in Russia, Belarus, Poland, all the people, may they be blessed with divine light, divine love, divine healing energy. Let these blessings spread to all the leaders. Let there be peace. Let there be divine oneness. Let there be kindness. So be it. May all be blessed. Bless all the Ukrainian people with peace, love, and healing. Bless all the Russian people with also divine healing. So be it. May all the people in the region be divinely blessed. May the leaders be slapped into realization there's only peace and love that will prevail. So be it. So be it. So it is. Now be aware of your feet and the base of your spine. Project golden light downwards. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it. So be it, and so it is. Let's give thanks To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, thank you for your blessings. To my teacher, Master Chokok Sri Mahaguji Mailing, thank you. In full faith, and so it is. Okay, open your eyes. Now, here's the test, just to kind of finish the lesson here. Keep your eyes open. Be still. Observe your thoughts. Observe your emotions. If a thought comes in, just watch it like a cloud. If a certain feeling comes to the surface, observe it like you're stepping back and watching it. The fact that you can observe the thoughts, the fact that you can observe your emotions, you are not them. So next time somebody insults you, you step back. Well, not physically, of course. You know what I mean. Somebody insults you, you kind of temporarily look at it from a third person's viewpoint and observe, interesting. This person is really angry. They have these certain thoughts that they projected. Oh, they're upset emotionally. You try to dump it on me. Oh, okay. This cloud is coming towards me. Interesting. But these are not me. These are not my thoughts. These are not my anger. It's their junk, not mine. No, thank you. Of course, common sense. Don't say it in their face. My point is, you, the soul, are observing. You, the soul, are deciding to take it in or not. So, when we said earlier, let the matter pass, that means you're not taking it in. You just say, oh, okay, they're pissed off. They're going through a difficult time. Anyway, it's not me. So, I'll try to help them, but it's not mine. If you do that over and over again, you're able to stay detached. At the same time, if you want to give comfort and love, you can. Let me repeat it again. A lot of you have good hearts. You want to help people. But remember, write this down. You don't have to suffer with them in order to help them. You don't have to drown with them to save them. I know that's like, people have this mistake like, well, if somebody's drowning, I have to jump in. No, throw them a lifeline and pull. If they're already swimming in the mud, it's like they have quicksand. Oh, I'm going to help you. Oh, now we're both drowning. That's dumb. Right? You go, oh, you're drowning. Interesting. Oh. Okay, come up. Make sense? You don't have to suffer with someone to care. In fact, if you're not suffering with them, it gives you a clear mindset and have the options to be able to help them. That's that. Anyway, you get the point. So we will see you in, I know one of you is like setting an alarm. So it's going to be 7 hours and 11 minutes from now is Anchor the Light number 2 for Monday. Now, just for future reference, Wednesday I'll be traveling, so there'll be no Anchor the Light. I'll be traveling to Florida to be with Tony for UPW. So Wednesday, most likely, what I'll do, I'll try to squeeze one somewhere there to meditate and bless Ukraine, Russia, and the entire area. But we won't have Anchor the Light because I'll be on the plane unless you want to have me project a hologram somewhere. Okay? And the other thing is some of you missed the 2 events we just had. Introduction to Pranic Healing, where we go through how to use energy. It's an introductory class, but I go to different techniques of self-cleansing and different colors, and also the prosperity healing we did yesterday. Yesterday? Forgot already. Friday. Saturday? Oh, yesterday. Okay. Anyway, they're still playing. They're playing every 4 hours. So if you're registered, go to mastercode.org. Even though the event already finished, it's recorded. The practice is there. Okay, the principles of prosperity are there that you can take notes. And whether you end up taking the full class or not, we always make sure that you have enough to work with in the meantime, and then you decide from there. Okay, just go to mastercode.org. Everything's there. It's just replaying every 4 hours. All right, namaste, everyone. You'll take care. We wish you much happiness and joy, and we will see you in now 7 hours and 10 minutes. Namaste. You'll take care. God bless. Bye-bye.